Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're out at Camp Toyota, and behind us we get to take a thorough look at the 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD PRO. This model is finished off in ice cap with all of the gloss black accents. Starting MSRPs for the Pro start right around $63,000. Now the Pros only come with one engine option. As you can see, well, on the side it says TRD Pro, but this has the iFOURR Max. So underneath the hood, there's the 2.4 liter inline 4-cylinder turbo. It's paired with that hybrid system along with the 8-speed automatic. It pumps out 326 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent to the rear wheels. Of course, the Pro has the 4-wheel drive system, however. It weighs in around 5,100 pounds. 0 to 60 can happen in around 7 seconds. It has a top speed of 106 miles an hour. The new Tacomas also have a smaller fuel tank. It's 18.2 gallons, but you'll expect to see around 22 miles per gallon in the city, 24 out on the highway. And then as far as ground clearance goes, with the lift that this has, you're looking right around 11.5 inches. Now, as we work our way back to the front, you'll see more of the gloss black that I mentioned earlier. You'll also notice the 20-inch LED bar just underneath the Toyota badge. There's also a forward-facing camera, which you'll see is very helpful off-road once we get this out and take it off-road. In the lower section, there's the rigid fog lights along with more gloss black. There's parking sensors. There's also the sensor for the distance pacing. And then if we come to the side, we have a dark housing for these LED headlights, along with TRD Pro on the side, and then everything is LED, including the turn signal and the DRL there. There's also this trim accent in the lower section, and then the Pro also gets a skid plate up underneath, so you get that added protection when you take it off-road. It also gets this nice gloss black bulge in the hood, along with the indentions that are on both sides there. Now, as we work our way to the side, we have a large set of gloss black fender flares. We also have the 18-inch TRD wheels, along with those 33-inch tires. And then take a look at that upper control arm with the TRD stamped on the side. This also has the Fox-Tune TRD suspension as well. You can see the coils there are finished off in red. So you get about an inch or so of lift up front and a ½ inch of lift in the rear. Now with the TRD Pro, you get the gloss black roof, which is a really nice contrast, especially with this white. You get gloss black on the mirror caps, you get a camera underneath as well, more gloss black for the door handles, and then you even get the steel rock sliders, so that way you get that added protection off-road. This model also has the the mud flaps in the lower section here too. Nice and minimal, but to help keep some of that underside protected. Now you'll notice too with the 4th generation, we have a similar design in this lower section as the 3rd gen. So we have that nice indentation there, no Toyota badge or anything on the side, so you just have that TRD Pro logo. And then we have the shorter bed, so this is the 5-foot bed for the Pro. You'll also notice too up on the bed rails, we have the cargo lights, so you can use those at nighttime just if you need a little bit more light. Now in back, we have the largest logo, TRD Pro, stamped in this power tailgate. iFOURR Max badge is on the side. This also has LEDs for the lighting in the back. You get the ARB steel rear bumper. There's also these recovery points here. You can use these with the hijack system. So if you're off-roading, you can use those just to get a little bit more height. This truck is also capable of towing right around 6,000 pounds. It has a tongue weight of 640 pounds and then a payload capacity of 1,600 pounds. Now, as we work our way to the bed itself, you'll notice there's gloss black also on the top here. There's multiple ways you can gain access to the bed. We have the electronic button up underneath, where it also looks like there's a lock button on the right side. But if you come to either taillight, just push on that button. You can also use the button on the key fob as well. And you have the power liftgate, which I think is a really neat option for this. Now you'll notice in the back for the Pro, you do have some auxiliaries over on this left side. You have all of your tie-down channels. You also have a power outlet on the right side here and a little bit of storage down below. I had a 3rd gen Tacoma. The 5-foot bed was plentiful for me for anything that I had to put in the back. So really nice to see this. You can get 6-foot beds as well for some of the Tacomas. I believe the Pro is just the short bed. Now you also have several different ways that you can close this tailgate. My favorite is just bump it a little bit and it will automatically close. So let's say maybe you have some groceries, you just got some items out of the back, just lift it up with your knee and you're good to go. Now the TRD Pro also gets the TRD dual exhaust over on this driver's side. Now we've been taking this off-road all day and it seems to be in a really good spot compared to some of the other models. The black definitely gives it a great look, blends in with the back section of this bumper very nicely. Now also in back, you'll notice up top, there's a camera system along with the 3rd brake light, and then we still have that electronic sliding rear window there. As we work our way to the interior now, the biggest difference with the TRD Pro is that we have these isodynamic front seats. So at 5'10", I have that seat set to my height, where you'll notice too that you can make further adjustments to the seat depending on your needs, your driving, and how comfortable you want to feel in the seat. So you have some really cool shock absorbers basically on the back of the seat. You can adjust the PSI, again, multiple different settings. Now also with the hybrid, you lose storage space underneath the rear seats, so you just have access to those. But you do have this grab handle here, and it is a little bit tight. But to be honest, it looks like there's a cutout here in between the seats, so I can almost stuff my knees in between them there. So at 5'10", I have about a half inch or so of headroom. And it's tight. It's what you would expect for a midsize truck, but honestly, this isn't as bad as I thought. This is my first time in the back seat. I think it's pretty good here. It's a little tight, but you have cup holders in the middle. You get some auxiliaries too. There's no climate vents, which I think is a miss for the Tacomas this year. But aside from that, you have some hooks up top if you need to attach any items, and then you have a middle seat passenger there. There's no storage behind these seats either. You can fold the seat down, but you get a little bit over on that one side. If you have the JBL audio, your sub is over on this side. So you can put some smaller items there if you really needed to. As we hop into the front seats now for this TRD Pro, if you go with white, you get this red leather interior. If you go with black, you get red as well. If you go with Terra, you get the black interior. So for this door panel, you'll notice more of the red along with all the stitching. You get some really nice materials up on the armrest too. You'll notice TRD Pro in the middle. You get dual storage bins, which is nice. And then you have your window controls and your side mirror adjustments. And then as we hop up into this truck, we have the isodynamic seats. Now we went over this in a different review video, but these seats are really, really cool. You can actually push on both sides here, and you might be able to see it a little bit, but they definitely give you that forgiveness you're looking for if you're doing some high-speed off-roading or the trails that we are doing today. Now you will also get half power for these seats, so you can move them forwards and backwards, and then it looks like you have lumbar support, but you do have to use this to recline and incline. So you get half power, but you also get the upgraded seats, so just a personal preference. Now as we work our way to the steering wheel, we have the perforated leather along with that red leather stripe. And then on the right side, we have all the cruise control settings. You have mode and tuning, there's distance pacing there. And then on the left side, you have volume. You also have your Bluetooth adjustments. And then you have these arrows for that screen. So let's fire this up, take a listen to how this hybrid sounds. And so coming back to the digital gauge cluster now, if you're familiar with the newer Tacoma models, we have quite a lot that we can go through between these three settings and being able to customize each one. So you have a lot here that you can set up just depending on what you're doing for the day. The rest of the information is going to be fixed. So it's really neat that you can go through all of those options and you can do it very quickly. Now for the TRD Pro, you get all of the auxiliaries, you get that light bar up front, along with the cargo light that is located in the back. There's also the power outlet. You do have the option to put up and down the tailgate by using this button here. You have traction control, automatic headlights, fuel cap release, there's a dimmer switch, and then this is a really neat button. This will actually adjust the pitch of the headlights. So let's say you lift this truck even higher and you don't want to blind the sedans in front of you, you can adjust that pitch, which is really neat. Now you have some more of that carbon fiber-like accents. You get a head-up display too. So it shows miles per hour, speed limit sign, and your distance pacing. And then with the infotainment system, you get the navigation, you have your music. When you have your phone paired there along with your phone, you have some different settings that you can go into. Again, just like every other 24, 25-year Toyota model, you have a lot of settings here that you can also go through as well. So not a ton of information, but I do like the fact that you can put your phone on the system, you have a large screen, and you also have the camera system too. So especially with this model, we are currently in FOURR low at the moment, so we have this camera screen that will pop up for that 360 view, so that way you can see around, especially off-roading like we've been doing today. And then you can shut it off and you have some different angles here that you can get into, including that 360 view, which is very helpful. So again, you have so many different angles and views to see around the entire vehicle. Now you have a large power and volume knob in the middle, along with some air vents. You also have the trailer braking system too. And then we have some massive adjustments for your temperatures. Fan speeds right in the middle. You have mode where you'd like the air to go. You get heated and ventilated seats too, which is nice. Heated steering wheel, heated side mirrors with the defrosters there. And then you have wireless charging down below. You have some auxiliaries, and then a lot of storage space with your grab handle for your passenger. There's also the e-brake along with your auto hold. You have your 4-wheel drive selector there, as well as drive modes. Now, I won't be able to go through the drive modes while we are in 4 low, but there's normal, sport, and eco for on-road. And then you have your off-road modes here for your multi-terrain select. You can go through that system where you have rock, mud, sand, and auto. And then you'll notice that the info or the gauge cluster there will change depending on that. And then you can also get into your downhill assist along with your crawl control. So I do have to be in gear in order to activate that system. Now there's also a trailer backup. You have a view button, so you can pull that up as needed just to get another 360 view. This also comes with the rear locker, sway bar disconnect. You have some storage. You have some storage in the armrest there, as well as in the glove box, and then a little bit of storage above with Toyota there. Now, as we come back to the crawl control settings, since I mentioned you have to be in drive in order to go through that system. So right now we are in crawl low. So it's going to show low over on that right side there. Let me turn that dial again, where you can see that, and we are basically setting our speed. So I have it in the lowest setting right now, and we're just on flat ground, but you can check out our other video where we use this system. My foot is completely off the brake at the moment, and you'll notice too, just how quiet this system is compared to my 3rd gen Tacoma. Now I'm going a little bit faster. We're almost into the top speed there. This is very, very quiet, which is super nice. The 3rd gen Tacoma sounded like they were braking. Now, this also works in reverse too. So, see you later going 2 miles an hour, 1 mile an hour in reverse there. So of course, this is really helpful for different driving situations and things like that. All right, so now that we're behind the wheel of the TRD Pro, we are off the pavement now, and we're doing about 40 miles an hour on this gravel road. And this seems like we're on pavement.
These isodynamic seats, so honestly I thought were gimmicky when they posted about these, you know, the fancy air suspension.
Yeah.
When you're sitting here hitting these bumps, you can tell the whole seat base, the whole back, it's a suspension system, which is crazy, and it truly does help. We were in the Trail Hunter for quite a while on a different gravel road, now we're in this, and this is just like a cakewalk.
And I'm sure the suspension is helping a little bit too, but
I think it's a bit softer than the OME setup.
Yeah, if I'm trying to hit some of these bumps, I mean, it's a smooth ride. You can feel everything bouncing, you know, you can probably hear it too on camera.
Yeah, it does a good job.
Yeah, the seats are really nice.
Yeah, the TRD Pro is more for the speed, you know, hitting the trails, doing stuff to where you are going to be going higher speeds than just rock crawling, which is more of what the Trail Hunter is about.
Yeah.
And you can tell that this has that characteristic.
So this has been a really fun truck so far. We've done slow speed rock crawling with it. We've done the high speed that we're doing now. We've even done on-road driving as well. So if you're looking for a well-rounded pickup that you really don't have to do anything to, this and the Trail Hunter are 2 great options. Yeah. You can also get some add-on accessories too, which is nice, but it's just a well-rounded truck so far from our last 3 days of driving it.
Yeah, we've probably put about 400 miles on and off-road, particularly off-road with these trucks.
Yeah.
The hybrid system, to me, I think is fantastic. I know there are haters on it, but it's a system where when you experience it, there's no shortcomings. There's so much torque down low with the EV system. The transmission's effortless. It sounds good too with the TRD exhaust.
Yeah, the rev that you heard earlier in the video, at a standstill, it doesn't really sound the best. It's not like the outgoing models, but under an acceleration or even revving while you're moving, it sounds really good with this exhaust. And over the last couple days as well, just driving several of the trim levels here, the interior quality of these trucks seems to be really nice, especially with the Pro here. You get a really nice armrest, you get the padding in the door panel there, and it just has a great layout. I love all of the updates for it, especially compared to my 3rd gen. A lot of this is just going to be a lot more comfortable, especially on a daily basis, which is nice.
Yeah, so with the hybrid, you definitely get that low-end assist, which is really nice, and I think that helps make this feel so capable. And if we accelerate slowly, I can feel that EV power and the turbo power, and that's 3,000 RPM, and we're just moving right along.
It also makes it pretty efficient as far as the fuel efficiency goes off-road. These vehicles only had to get filled up once a day for the amount of driving that they did. All of our off-road testing was in 4 low. So we're talking about several hours of 4 low, where in my 3rd gen Tacoma, we could go out for a couple hours, burn through a quarter tank of gas, and these seem to be a lot more efficient.
Now, some other normal things with a TRD Pro, you have the massive hood scoop that you can see from here. It makes you feel like you're in a tough, big, meaty truck.
Yeah.
Visibility is all pretty good. The rear window is a little on the small side, but we have the digital rear view camera, which I think is a huge plus. I love that. Just because over your right shoulder, it's a small little window back there.
It's also cool, you can at least pull up your bed, and you can pull up your hitch. So if you're towing or you have something in the bed, you just want to monitor it, you have those 2 camera angles, which is nice.
And then now, as we hop onto some pavement again, getting a little bump.
That didn't even, you felt it, but you didn't really feel it.
But you still have all the nice technology. The radar cruise has been working well, the lane assist has all been working well, and on road, it's nice and quiet.
Yeah, I mean, this is a sweet truck if you're not looking to touch it or do anything to it. You want the truck as is. You get the Pro, you get basically all the nice materials, the suspension, everything, and you can just drive it as is.
Yeah, it's a really good out-of-the-gate truck for the people who are going to be doing the off-road, where you want to be going a little bit quicker, doing some rock crawling, just having a really good time.
That's going to wrap it up for our full comprehensive review on the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. This is probably the last time we'll be able to sit in one and drive it, so we have a few more videos coming as well. So if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all of our daily uploads as well as the rest of the content from this event. We will see you all in the next video.